Hi guys, my name is Onyinye Uba and welcome to the Repositioning Podcast. As you can see, I am so excited today. I have something great, something big, something huge for you today. Today we are talking about toxic behaviors that has been normalized in today's society. Really toxic behaviors that has been normalized in today's society. So when I say toxic, I like to, give everybody the benefit of doubt and explain what I mean, just in case there's someone out there who's listening and doesn't understand. Okay. So when we say toxic, usually in the general sense of it, it means poisonous. But when we attribute it to human beings and human behavior, it simply means negativity. When we say somebody's toxic, we say the person is bringing in a negative or bringing in negativity into that space the person is found. So, what are those toxic behaviors that has been normalized? Like people do not see it anymore as toxic. They are becoming things that we are now known for. One of those things are not respecting people's time and personal space. I mean, it has become the order of the day. So it's so bad now that we attribute every event we attend to as African time because we are trying to normalize impunctuality, which is not good. It is important that you are punctual for events, for meetings, for appointments. Stop disrespecting people's time. They have things to do. And don't say you're on your way when you're not on your way. And stop disrespecting people's personal space. I've had encounters with people where they are very emphatic about people being in their personal space. You want to speak, stay at least some few feet backwards. Don't just encroach into their space because you want to drive a point. Stop that, please. If you're the kind of person that does that, please, I'm begging you, stop it. Now, number two is being in a competition with strangers. We are in this time and age where on social media, anybody who achieves a feat, achieves one good thing, they post it on social media, celebrating, wanting to, others to celebrate with them. And you in your own space, in your own viewing, so to say, you see that and you begin to be in competition with that person. Sometimes, most times, without the person knowing, you become so hard on yourself, and a little competition, a little challenge, there's no problem with it. But when you are constantly comparing yourself with that person, especially without knowing what is happening behind the scenes, without knowing the connections the person's had, the relationships that has opened the way for that person, without knowing all of that, you're always constantly comparing yourself. And when you're not seeing yourself hitting that mark, you think you're not doing well. That's a toxic trait. And I've seen a lot of people, a lot of that habit, you know, in so many people. Stop comparing yourself. Stop being in a competition with people, especially people who are strangers to you, who don't even know you exist. Please stop it. And I also want to emphasize a let's say like a minor group, not per se, not minor, but still in this comparison category. They are those kind of people who feel relief when you fail. I'll explain what I mean. I saw something on social media recently and I totally agree with that person. And she was posting and saying, if you're the kind of person who feels relief when you see someone who has been succeeding all this while failing, then you need to check yourself. That's a really toxic way. It's like you're telling yourself, oh, and I was believing this person, and this person was your role model because the person failed. Is that how you should? Is that how you should feel at that moment? You should feel like there's something monstrous growing in you when you're feeling relief because somebody failed. That's a really toxic trait. So please Stop that habit. And also, the third one we want to talk about is please and please, people, stop screaming, stop yelling, stop shouting. You want to prove a point, you want to express yourself, you can do that without shouting. You can do that without yelling. You can do that without screaming the house down or screaming the building down. Stop it. You want to tell somebody you are not happy with what the person is doing, tell the person politely, diplomatically. I know in that moment, this is a very difficult one because so many people are in these shoes. Like, this is like where so many people finding it difficult. They can't drive their point without shouting, without yelling. It's a serious issue. Try as much as possible to drive your points without yelling. It's very important. So apart from screaming and yelling and shouting, number four thing or four toxic trait that somehow has been normalized in the society is shaming others for refusing to drink alcohol. I know in some sectors in life, like maybe among Christians who already are not drinking alcohol as a result of religious belief or doctrine or something, this might not be popular among them. But it is a thing that even among people who are not bounded by religion, so to say, or their faith, they are not bounded by that, they have made individual decisions not to drink alcohol because they don't like it. And you, as a person who is accustomed to drinking this thing called alcohol, you're shaming that person. You're giving the person, like, you're looking down on the person, like, how is it possible? You don't drink alcohol because you know that every event, every outing, there must be alcohol. And it is time for us to realize that there are people who don't like alcohol just for the sake of it, not because they are bounded by religion, bounded by their faith. I mean, those are very, certain cases, standard cases, those are okay reasons for not drinking alcohol, but there are certain people that are not drinking alcohol because they don't like it. So when you go about shaming them, when you go about mocking them, yabbing them, so to say, the Nigerian slang, it doesn't make sense. It's a toxic behavior. Stop doing that. People have got to make their decisions. Just like you make your own decisions to be drinking and drinking yourself into bad health, these other people have made a decision for themselves. So you just have to respect it. And finally, please stop commenting on people's weight and appearance. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop commenting on people's weight and appearance. Some people, a lot of people are already insecure about these things. They are insecure about their appearance, maybe because of the so many questions of what are you doing now? Like, they make a lot of so many, they get people are asking them every time, you're gaining weight, oh, you're becoming fat, oh, what's this? You're doing this. They always, come in contact with people like that are always having one thing or the other to say about their appearance or about their weight. And because of that, they have lost their self-esteem. They become so insecure. And if they are trying to gain that self-esteem, they, they become like, they just get triggered when somebody mentions it. And then they get angry or get abusive or, walk out on that person. Things like that. So stop commenting on people's weight. Stop commenting on people's appearance. It's not your business. If you're not close to that person enough, stop it. Even if you're close, don't make it an abusive contest. Don't do that. So what have I mentioned? I said not respecting people's time and personal space. It is very important that you respect people's time. Have a sense of punctuality. It is very important. Continue to go to programs, to events on time. And respect people's personal space. You want to talk to somebody, stay some feet, don't come too close. Especially when you don't have a close relationship with that person. You're just seeing the person for the first time, or it's a business meeting, an official meeting, or something like that. Don't encroach into the personal space of the person. Or don't begin to ask intimate questions, personal questions that are not your business. So yeah, that's it about not respecting people's time and space. And I also mentioned about the fact that it is important that you are not in competition with strangers. If there is anybody you should be in competition with, it is yourself. Who you were the day before and who you are right now. Is there any improvement? That should be your concern, not with others. And thirdly, we mentioned about not screaming. Don't shout. Drive your point without screaming. Drive your point without shouting. And fourthly, I said, stop shaming people for not wanting to drink alcohol. It's a thing, guys. I know some of you might not know of this, but this is a thing. People are actually going through this. So stop it if you know you're in this category of people who are doing it. And finally, stop commenting on people's weight and people's appearances. Stop it. If you've been doing it, stop it. Bye, guys. This is all we have for this episode. Remember to subscribe, guys. Subscribe. And please like this video. It's the only way I can tell if you like this kind of content I'm pushing out. So please like this video if you liked it, if you enjoyed watching it, and comment, say something. Let's hear you. If you've experienced any of these things I've mentioned, please let me know so that I can, offer my own contribution as well. All right, guys, please subscribe to my channel. We are growing. Bye, guys. See you in the next one.